Hi, it's Tara Green. I'm going to give you the astrology breakdown for the next 3 days. It is August the 24th. The moon is in Pisces, the most withdrawn, psychic, telepathic, intuitive, sensitive. We're all in the sort of feeling each other's feelings very deeply, and it's a big night for dreaming, for imagining, for riding the magic carpet. So the moon will sextile Pluto in Capricorn early in the morning. The brighter, darker letters is Pacific Daylight Time, and the lighter on the left is Eastern Daylight Time. So you could have some deep dreaming early in the morning, power struggles, but good ones. You could find out about your superpowers. Pluto and Capricorn, superpowers buried deep. And then the moon is void of course until it enters Aries at 2:57 p.m. That's Eastern Daylight Time. So when the moon is void of course, especially when you wake up in the morning, you might feel a bit directionless because the moon is not relating to any sign, which is not usual for her. But it is very much a brand new beginning. Every month, the moon goes through every sign of the zodiac. So the moon in Aries is like, okay, we're at the start of a new lunar monthly cycle. So moon and enter Aries, things go from shifting to very retiring, very dreamy, very introverted into very active. Aries, first sign of the zodiac, get those fires lit. Most billionaires are Aries. They're self-starters, they're aggressive, they're competitive, they go for it. So the moon and the sun, though, are in conjunct each other later this evening, 6:37 p.m. So that means you may not be seeing that nitpicky, perfectionist, ordered, organized, wanting the details kind of going on, whereas this fiery part of you wants to just get going, and who the hell cares about the details? They just want to move. So that can be a bit of a conflict. You can find that appearing outside of you as in other people, kind of you feel like they're making you drag your heels. Mercury opposite Neptune, that's a nice major aspect. Of course, Neptune in Pisces in its rulership, and Mercury and Virgo also in its rulership. It's very practical but imaginative. You can get your dream map, directions drawn out, like literally make a map, a budget. You want the facts, the figures. You want to be able to, have it all laid out. Okay. So yeah, you can wax metaphorical and poetic and dreamy and creative and have some pretty unique conversations as well. So it's a nice balance of the rational and the intuitive mind. Okay, so then on the 25th, Moon in Aries, sextile Saturn and Aquarius again. So that's a nice positive aspect. Sextiles, positive aspects. Saturn and Aquarius gives you kind of new perspectives, serious, concrete perspectives of change, kind of smelling what's blowing in the wind, let's put it that way. The moon opposite Venus and Libra. So again, their relationship issues need to be ironed out or balanced out here, with moon in Aries very impulsive, wanting freedom, wanting to just move, whereas Venus and Libra is kind of like unsure. It's going to weigh things out. It's going to think about it. So you could find that, of course, being a metaphor for what's going on inside of you, but also what's going on in the relationship, tug of wars. Okay, what should we do? Venus and Libra are always wanting to be the peacemaker, the go-between, the counselor. So you may need to listen to other people in a new, active way. Active listening, that's a thing. Moon in Aries conjunct Chiron in Aries. So again, every month when the moon conjuncts Chiron in Aries for the next few years, this is where we maybe put up our shields to protect our defensive underbellies. So Chiron in Aries can be very defensive and also very aggressive, poking. Literally, my intuition is saying you're going to poke at other people's vulnerabilities, maybe in an overly aggressive way, which then shuts people down. Okay, remember, Venus is in Libra, and so even if the moon is not making any signs to her, aspects to her, it's really about, we're trying to find some sense of balance here. In a mainly incoherent world at this moment. Okay, the moon in conjuncts Mars in Virgo. Now, guaranteed tummy upsets for sure. Indigestion. I find that when planets are in Virgo, and now the Sun, Mercury, and Mars are in Virgo, my upper digestion, which is what Virgo rules, is really, really sensitive. So I have to watch what I eat very carefully. This is literally, it strikes me as being heartburn. So be careful of eating fast food or eating too fast, literally, or spicy things. Moon in Aries is spicy things. You're going to get indigestion, but you could also be kind of having acid reflux about the state of the world or your health or your budget, anything of that nature. So Mars in Virgo carries a lot of meaning. So Mars is where we're putting our drive, our passion, our aggression, our erotic energy into the details. the hygiene. You know, this is a good time when you want to naturally wash your hands all the time because that's Virgo energy. So it's much easier for you to be aware of those kinds of things. Now, Thursday has a lot more bigger aspects here today. Four major planetary aspects. Venus in Libra opposes Chiron in Aries. So again, love hurts. You know, just put on that song. Again, oppositions, people who are very strongly fiery, you know, may want to go it alone or break out. I've been predicting some big major relationship bust-ups around this time, or being the listener, the go-between, the ambassador for two, you know, warring parties, you know, so trying to keep the balance when you're feeling wounded and vulnerable is going to be a major balancing act, okay? Also trying to be the peacemaker, trying to cool down people who are a little bit too hyped up, aggressive, worried, you know, whatever. Try to chill them out. Mercury and Virgo, the overall energy is about worry, with the Sun, Mercury, and Mars in Virgo, because they are the worrier signs of the zodiac. So, of course, nothing is perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. The world is imperfect. Okay, we're human beings. That is the beauty and the nature of our beingness here. And so, Mercury trine Pluto, this is very enriching. Again, you may have to readjust the balance. Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto in any sign is wealth, especially in Capricorn. That's, you know, the plutocrats for sure. That's big business. So Mercury in Virgo wants to hold those big business people accountable, whether it's big pharma, government, the military, industrial complex, big bankers, accountable. Okay, so read between the lines, read all the details, call people on their, you know, they're just, you know, shooting off their mouths, right? So in your personal life, in the big picture, Pluto and Capricorn is the big picture in the world. Call people on their loose thoughts, loose ideas, loose communications that don't hold together, okay? Pluto in Capricorn is invisible, so it gives you the ability to really see what's going on below the surface. So be very, very discerning, and it's easy to do that today. Aries moon squares Pluto in Capricorn. So again, this is like a battle of the wills there. Moon in conjuncts Mercury in Virgo. Again, this impulsiveness can get you in trouble, can cause pain later. You can spend too much, you can slip up, you can damage your health. You can eat fast food, again, that sense of literally indigestion, again, blowing the budget, you know, not really watching, being too impulsive in general, saying something that will offend someone and hurt them for sure. Moon in Aries, sextile Jupiter in Aquarius. Now again, Jupiter expands whatever it touches, so this easy aspect from Jupiter in Aquarius like frees the mind, frees the speech up, so you may say some wacky, radical, but quite inspiring, and just tune into some higher consciousness there. Sometimes it's just like going on a stream of consciousness rant might be a good thing actually to free up the energy. And then the moon does go void, of course, at 5:14 p.m. That's Eastern Daylight Time. And then the moon shifts, about 4 hours later, the moon enters Taurus, okay? And the energy definitely shifts gears from that fiery, impulsive, active into very grounded, in the body, sensuous, ruminating on things, going slow, you know, really being in the body, okay? So here's the next 3 days forecast. Enjoy these times. Use these major planetary aspects, that Mercury Neptune one on the 24th. Also, be careful about doing any drugs, alcohol. Your judgment is off during that time, even though Mercury is in Virgo. That Neptune in Pisces kind of dissolves your conscience. Let's put it that way. You want to just kind of throw caution to the winds in a way too with that Aries energy. So just be careful about that. Okay, so sending you all the best blessings. If you want to get in touch with me, I'm at taratarot.com. Follow me on my blog at infinitynow.wordpress.com. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. So sending you many blessings.